Hello, YouTube land, and welcome to the Get In, Get Out Nintendo podcast, episode 7. We're finally back, motherfuckers. I am your host, Dantes, and joining me, the man, the legend, Calones. How you doing, Calones?
Hey, how you doing, Dantes? How you doing, everybody? I was out. I had other engagements with work. The one that actually pays me, not like this one. But but I'm glad to be back and glad to be at it again. Lots to talk about.
A lot of gaming to talk about, my friend. But let's start with the first thing we should start every show moving forward is, what games have you been playing?
Well, it's like some obscure title. You're probably not gonna recognize this. Something like this right here that's playing on the background. It did really good. First week, over 100,000 copies sold in Japan. Just waiting for the numbers here in the U.S. But overall, it seems like a winner for Nintendo, and enjoying the heck out of it.
So give me your impressions. You like it? You like the combat? Have you been playing online? How's the online? Is the online stable, my friend?
Well, online surprisingly is a lot more stable than I'll say Mario Kart Deluxe. Even though Mario Kart did receive an update and it's pretty much fixed that in, but I love that the lobby. You can see up to 10 players, including yourself, on what they're doing, what they're playing, and how they're grouped, and it's great experience. Funniest thing is like seeing my son play. He spends probably too much time inside the house. I should be taking him out more, but he's sweating with the game. He likes using the Joy Cons, punching, and it is a workout. Pretty good game, pretty good workout. So.
That's good. I admit I have played the game. Also, I bought it. It's right here, somewhere around here. Yeah, look at that motherfucker right there. So it is there. I bought it. I cave in. Since we're doing this Nintendo podcast, I have to be informed moving forward. So that means that Nintendo will get more of my money, I guess. And I admit the game is fun. I had some, my family was over visiting, and I played with my brother and my sister, and we had a good time. And my sister's husband, we had a good time fighting. It was fun. It was a good party game, but it was, admittedly for me, it was play for 30 minutes, have fun that date, and I haven't picked it up again. But that is because, admittedly, jumping in from what we're talking about, I have been playing again Breath of the Wild. Fuck, that game has its hooks on me again. I can't believe it. It's. I started playing Master Mode, and the Master Mode just absorbed me again. And I don't know, I just love that game. But I want to leave that for our topic of the show today. So yeah, I've been playing Zelda Breath of the Wild, so it's been a lot of fun. Anyway, Calones, let's do our rigmarole, shall we?
Yes, sir.
I want to welcome everybody to the Get In, Get Out Nintendo podcast every Tuesday at 10 a.m. So I am making the announcement. Moving forward, this podcast will be uploaded to YouTube every Tuesday at 10 in the morning. Also, please remember that you can download this podcast at SoundCloud and in a week's time on iTunes also. So please go ahead, subscribe, like, and comment, so you can make these two crazy motherfuckers happy. Also remember to go to our Facebook page at Force in Unison Gaming. And finally, and Dantes says finally, go give some love to my bro Calones at chiguerosnews.com. With all that being said, Calones, is your body ready? And I said, is your body ready? For the thousands in attendance and the 2 people watching around the world, let's start Reggie's News Center.
Well, today we have, as I counted, 8 different articles that we're going to be talking about. Just random articles from the weeks, and anything from, bogus information and pretty much laughable, all the way to like game releases that we didn't know were coming. So. The first one is, and I quote, "Lawbreakers isn't on Switch due to the lack of buttons, according to the developer." So,
I don't know where. Okay, look, I know. Sorry to cut you off, Calones, but this was funny. I know that third-party support is not gonna be strong on the Switch. We know that. The system is not as strong as the Xbox or PlayStation 4. We all know that. But don't give bullshit excuses, right? At least say, look, we don't have the time, we don't have the money to bring Lawbreakers down to the Switch. Hey, be more truthful to your fans, because what I heard, the beta for the game did not went really well for them. So they shouldn't be pissing off some gamers. You know, maybe some people could play it on other systems. Maybe you should bring it to the Switch. Maybe a dumbed down version. But don't give the fucking excuse that you don't have enough buttons on the fucking Switch. Anyway, sorry, Calones, keep going.
No, I mean like that it's it. Well, we understand. Like as Nintendo fans, we're used to like having most of the third-party games not coming over to our console. So it's not something if I think they should adopt, just say we don't have any announcement at this time, or something like that. You don't have to answer every single question, and just answer with the first thing that comes to your head. And I'll say if you're talking about the Joy-Cons, the grip, unless you're talking about the PS4 controller, and it has the pad on it, it has the same amount of buttons. So I mean, just come up with something better. Just say like Dantes said, we don't have any plans at this moment. Console is not powerful enough to run it, or whatever. But yeah, don't insult us like that. We know better than this.
Exactly. Be truthful. Come on, developers. Come on, Cliffy V. My boy Cliffy V. Come on, man.
So the second one is we're gonna have the Link's Lobster shirt from Legend of Zelda Wind Waker coming on the new DLC, the Champions Battle DLC. So well, you're gonna be sporting a new brands, new clothing, and I mean Link might go the full Splatoon route where you have like a bunch of clothing that Nintendo seems to be marketing and eventually selling. So hey, Link is probably gonna be the new Calvin Klein model.
Yeah, the new Calvin Klein model. I was about to say the same joke. That's funny. No, I mean, I'll talk more about the DLC pack on our, Anuma's Nintendo discussion coming up pretty soon here at the Forza Unison Gaming channel. But honestly, haven't been a big fan of the DLC armor. I don't use it. I honestly don't. So, it'd be cool to use the Wind Waker shirt, but I always like to keep Link with the with his original clothes, and then eat some buffs so I can kick some ass. So anyway, but interesting for people who like changing Link's attire. So
well, I mean, for me, there's nothing wrong with it. The more, the merrier when it comes to those things. I mean, you're already getting plenty of content with it, so why not? Shirts and pants and whatever you can include on it. So I'm okay with it. But yeah. Moving over to the next one, the Minecraft Story Mode will be coming to the Nintendo Switch this August 22nd, and it's going to be here in North America. So price is going to be $39.99, and yeah, I mean, I already have the not maybe the kids and stuff. They have most of the episodes on the Xbox One.
You just turned yourself over. You have Minecraft. I also admit that I have Minecraft over here, story mode too, because of my son, of course. But
yeah, we gotta put a disclaimer on there.
Yeah, but disclaimer. And I also platted the game because it was an easy plat. Anyway, so I did play it. So I have nothing against this. I mean, more games on the Switch it's good. So if Minecraft's coming over, Minecraft is a big brand. Us gamers, we don't give enough credit to Minecraft. Hardcore gamers, but if you see the amount of normal and casual gamers who play Minecraft, you'll be astounded how big that game is, right? So yeah, we don't put it next to Zelda Breath of the Wild or Horizon Zero Dawn, but it sells more. It's the truth. So anyway, it's good that it's coming over.
Yeah. I mean, if I place Minecraft next to a game, it's probably going to be alongside, like Wii Sports or Tetris or one of those where it's transcended generations and it's among the best-selling games ever. So it's up there. It's one of those that we need to have on the system. But yeah, now I want to take a second and actually a moment of silence because we mourn the loss of the Nintendo 3DS system. It's officially ending in Japan and in Europe.
The small one. They left the big one. The big one they left it alone because size matters. You know what I'm saying, ladies. Anyway, So they're discounting the small one, but keep going, Caleones.
No, but yeah, I mean, we still have the new 2DS XL coming out, but like like I felt originally when the new 2DS XL came out, I felt like it was the last revision because Nintendo just before they end up production on the system, they'll do unless it's the Wii U, because I mean, who cared about the Wii U? But they do like a small revision of the handhelds, and it's just getting ready to make the last holiday push, sell, and just say goodbye to it. So I feel like this is the last year for the 3DS, 2DS, 3DS, all of them, and next year you're gonna see all the games on the Switch only. So
Yeah, we'll
it's a
see.
good thing. Yeah.
Maybe it's the first sign, right, of the 3DS slowing down, right? You know me, we have had this topic on the show plenty of times. I'm way in favor of stopping the 2DS or 3DS support, but Nintendo wants that money. They know that the 3DS install base is big, so of course, where are you gonna put the games, right? So I wish the new remake for Mario and Luigi, Superstar Saga, was coming on the Switch. That would be way better. Looking at that game in 720p than looking at a small inky dinky screen. That is the truth. I wish it was there. I wish Hey Pikmin was coming to the Switch, but that's not the case. We have to accept it, and I may end up buying those games anyway because I'm a sucker.
Yeah.
But anyway, I understand. It is what it is.
Well, here the next piece of news is actually a pretty interesting one, and it's, I mean, for the first time for me, is Nintendo forward thinking when it comes to games development and things like that, and it's about how, well, in an interview on Nintendo News, Psyonix's vice president of publishing, Jeremy Durham, said that Nintendo did not hesitate when it came to the cross-platform play in between the Xbox One, PC, and and the Switch Rocket League game. So that's for me. Those that's great news.
Yeah, again, we talk about this in the show too. I gave Sony shit up the ass on this show, even though I'm a fanboy. When companies do wrong, you have to call them out on the bullshit. But I think this was an easy choice for Nintendo. I think the difference is Nintendo is trying to rebuild the console market, right? They struggle with the Wii U. They want to seem favorable to the gamer. Pure and simple. The same that Xbox doing. When you're losing, you do all the good shit for the gamer. I'm for the gamer. That's what everybody says. But when you're in first place, you become an asshole. So basically, last gen, Xbox was the asshole, and then like shoving red rings of death up your ass, and then Sony was for the gamer. Oh, get here free games and all that bullshit. Here's free online play, right? That was things have turned, right? So Sony's like, no, I'll have to think about this right now. I don't want you guys to come and eat a piece of my pie. You know what I'm saying? So again, this was an easy decision for Nintendo. They're trying to rebuild the trust with the gamer. So good move by Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean, great move, and hopefully they're going to continue doing it with other games. I mean, this is just a basic guarantee of having a big install base from day one by having multiple consoles, being able to coexist on the same, online servers and be able to play together. I just do want to clarify something. The reason why Sony was giving up free games and online was because they got hacked, and a bunch of people, credit cards, accounts, and stuff like that went. So it wasn't necessarily that Sony, out of their good heart, decided to give it up. So I'm just saying.
No, I don't think so, because remember, you have, I guess you have a short memory. You have to remember that they put PS Plus to give free games with the PS Plus service. I'm talking about the PS Plus service. I'm not talking about the games they gave away for the hack. They basically pioneered the PS Plus service with the games per month that you get by owning the service. Because admittedly, Xbox was number one, right? You were paying for online. What were you getting, Caleones? Nothing. You were just paying for online, right? Sony
for the online servers, the chatting and
and kids
and
crime,
also
right? Yeah, kids crime. But Sony was giving you set up the blueprint that Microsoft is following and Nintendo is following also, with giving games away for a month or give you an incentive to get PS Plus, and they maintain the whole generation online for free, right? They maintain it. But why is that? Forget all the hack. Why is that? Because they were losing, right? That was my point of the equation. No company is, I'm gonna do this shit for free. I'm a happy-go-lucky. Look at me, I'm the best for the gamer. Yippee! No, all of three of them are full of bullshit. You start thinking about that. Think about it as a consumer. Going forward, guys, think about it as a consumer. All three are full of bullshit. You just have to swim through that bullshit, right? And do the right thing for you. Never be loyal to a company or a piece of plastic. That's my saying. But anyway.
And like Dante said, don't be afraid to criticize your favorite companies. Nintendo has done their share on wrongdoing, same as the others. So yeah, just never hesitate to call them out on anything. But moving over to the next one. Splatoon 2 has shoot up to number 3 on the bestseller chart of Amazon UK, which it's once again, great news for the game, and great news, for the possible sales. I know that, the game itself, that you may have had like Mario Kart 8, selling more on the Wii U than Splatoon, but Splatoon 2 actually sold better than Mario Kart 8 in Japan. So it is really big in Japan. It seems like it's really growing. In the US it's pretty big as well. Europe is the one where it has a chance for more growth. But this is great news. The game seems like from day one it should be among the top, if not the top best-selling game. So high hopes for that.
So what I'm gonna give some props on Nintendo here is last gen or this gen. I switch this next gen. I don't know. I get confused with all the bullshit, but. Last gen with the Wii U, or this gen, sorry. Nintendo struggled in Europe. They lost that territory really badly. They were not selling anything in Europe. Really bad. Really, really bad. This generation, they already had 2 big hits in Europe, which is Breath of the Wild and is, of course, Mario Kart 8. And now, not only that, it looks like that Splatoon 2 is going to be also big in Europe. So, yes. I foresee that this could be big for the Switch and Nintendo as a whole. So I'm really proud of them. They're getting ground in Europe. Another territory is big for Nintendo. You have to make that money. I want all 3 companies healthy. So you want to make that money. Europe is a big territory. I'm happy for Nintendo.
Yeah, and you got to realize that even though everybody has been hearing of Splatoon only came out 2 years ago. In 2015, so for it to still be a pretty new IP for Nintendo, it's doing really well. Mario Kart 8 has been around for over a decade. Zelda has been around for over 30 years, but Splatoon it's only been 2 years, a little over 2 years now. So it's great that they have another IP that they can carry the brand. Hopefully, even though you might say, the 3 games that are selling are Nintendo first-party IPs. There is not third-party games, but these are the games that are going to sell you the consoles. But then people are going to want more games for the console, and that's when adopting the third-party games comes along. So,
but even then, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm happy for them. They're selling their games.
Yeah.
That Wii U did not sell. Even the Nintendo games did not sell well. We have to say it. They did not sell well, and in Europe it was really bad. They did not sell well at all. Right? Imagine Mario 3D World. If Europe would have bought that game more, right? Instead of I don't know, they sold 5 or 6 million copies. I don't remember. They could have sold 8, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's good that they have another territory and their games are selling again in Europe. So,
yeah. Well, the other one, it was a pretty good surprise, and it came out of nowhere, and it was officially announced by the WWE, which is the 2K18 will be coming to the Nintendo Switch. I know some people may complain about the new control schemes and how the game's controlled on the PS4, Xbox One systems, but by having the Joy-Cons, they might simplify the control scheme, and it may actually make it a better game. So hopefully it's gonna have co-op straight out of the box. Hopefully you can control it with a single Joy-Con, so you can have and online as well. So, but yeah.
Hopefully, because NBA Undergrounds did not have any online when it came out. But I'm just joking.
But it came out last week, so it finally has online.
Finally.
But yes, this one it was not expected because we thought that we would have heard of it a lot sooner. But glad that it's coming over, and even the WWE wrestlers they love the Switch. From what we've heard, they love taking around. You got to think about this. WWE is kind of like the circus where they have this group of people. They keep going from arena to arena, and doing their shows. And what better way for them to, I mean, step back, relax, and play than with the Switch. I mean, it's hard to carry over a TV and everything, but with the Switch, you already have it on you. So I'm glad that they're pioneering and they're pushing for it. I mean, to some extent, kind of like the soccer player or football players, where they're for the Switch as well. So I'm glad that even if Nintendo may or may not have paid them, but I'm glad that it is coming.
Hey, I don't mind this. I mean, this is good news for Nintendo. Again, more games is better. And this is a big third-party game. I know a lot of people will say, it's just WWE. Who gives a shit? Wrestling is not big anymore. Which is true. Wrestling is not big as it used to be. But this is kind of like having Madden, on the Switch. Because in a sense, every year there's going to be a WWE game, right?
Yeah.
And then the Switch with the install base. Imagine you can take it around, take your Switch, play a couple of rounds. You know what I'm saying? Just go, bring it to the park. Another person is playing. Oh, you want to tackle, bro? And instead of pulling out guns, you just pull out your Switch and you go, I'm gonna pick John Cena, bitch. And the other motherfucker's like, I'm gonna pick Roman Reigns, and you guys fight and resolve your issues. Okay, joking aside, imagine it could be some good features too. I mean, with the HD Rumble, you can probably feel the mat. When a wrestler throws you on the floor, you're like, and you can feel it with the controllers. I mean, that could be big. I don't know. I'm kind of excited for this one. I haven't played a WWE game in a long-ass time, ever since CM Punk left. So, I don't know. I may get this one on the Switch because it's more of a casual thing. I don't have to worry about trophies and getting a high ranking and shit like that. So maybe I buy it and me and Calones can go one-on-one with the great one. And then we'll see how it goes. But, yeah, this is exciting news.
Well, I'll say this. I mean, since you're big and on challenges and things like that, and you already called me out on Zelda, and we'll talk about that later. But well, I mean, if you get the WWE 2K18 game, I'll go ahead and get it myself, and we'll do a live stream or something, and we're gonna duke it out here. So we'll do it on the channel.
Sounds good. We'll do it.
Okay, we'll do
it. Fun here at the Forcing Unison Gaming channel. Also, I want to give Calones a heads up. I already thought of my punishment for losing the the predictions for E3 this year. So I'm gonna be uploading a video this week, Calones. I think you're gonna be really interested. What I'm gonna request you to do. Anyway, as let's continue with the show. Any other news, Calones, before we move on?
Well, the last piece of news that I have here is the Nico Nico app launched in Japan. It is available for the Switch. I mean, I do have a Japanese account on my Switch. I used it also for the Splatfest as well. But yeah, I was able to download the app. The app works fine. And if for the people asking how come they release Nico Nico first and not like Netflix or YouTube or one of those first, is because aside from Nico Nico being really big in Japan and Nintendo being a Japanese company, but Nintendo does own part of the Nico Nico, so they have vested interest on the app as well. So, but yeah, really good way to test it. Great that we have multimedia app on the system as well, and yeah, hopefully we're gonna see the other ones coming over soon.
Cool. Hopefully, because if there's one system that it really help or will be benefited by having all these apps, it'll be the Switch. I still don't understand why there's no fucking Netflix or YouTube or Twitter or whatever on the fucking Switch. It's just, come on, Nintendo. Come on. This is a slam dunk. I mean, imagine your kid. This could be your baby's first tablet. Imagine that. You can play awesome Nintendo games, but be like your kid's first tablet.
Well,
I think that would be great. That would be a selling point to me.
I mean, not only could it be your kid's first tablet, but it could be your only tablet. I mean, if you have all those things on it, you might not need another one. So, yeah. I mean, just bring it on. Bring it on.
Bring it on. Wow, Calones. That was a lot of news. A lot of damn news. And that was fun. We had a good time always talking about the news. But now, I do want to say we're switching it a little bit. I know it's hard to go through the list of what games is coming, blah blah blah. I can get a little bit boring, so we're streamlining that a segment on the show going forward. Still, Calones, if I wanted to know all the new games are coming out to the eShop, what is our favorite store to go to?
Well, the favorite store is the Shigeru's Mini Mart, which is which is slowly and surely becoming bigger and bigger. By this time next year, we're going to be calling it Shigeru Supermarket, and I already said that it's probably going to be even sooner than that with all the other games that are coming out. But yeah, it's growing.
That's good. That's good. So, what game's coming out this week, Calones? Rapid fire, my friend.
Okay, well, the games that I actually did come out this week, where the Fatal Fury Special Edition on the 13th, the Mambo released as well. Then we had the Dead Squared, I Am Me, Levels Plus, Addictive Puzzle Game, which were the games that released on July 13th, 3 days ago. So
Okay. Okay, Dead Square. I think that would be our pick of the week. I keep hearing good stuff. It's a good puzzle multiplayer game. Again, another local co-op kind of game. Again, the Switch is just doing really good with those local. Nintendo doesn't want to let the local co-op die. They're like, no, don't take me. No. Fuck internet. Who the hell needs internet?
I'm still asking Ubisoft. Ubisoft, come on, can you give me a date on the Monopoly game? I want to know when the Monopoly game is going to be coming out. I want to put that.
Monopoly. I know you like that shit. I always found it boring,
But I know, like, people are discarding it because it's just Monopoly. But also it is Monopoly on the Switch. So come on, man. I want to know when that game's coming out. But
yeah, that's true. Anyway, Calones, thank you for that. Again, moving forward, we will be doing that. We'll do quick rapid fire. We'll tell you what games came this week, and then we'll tell you our pick of the week. Boom. Next segment is our favorite segment, honestly, because this is the time when me and Calones, we do get out sometimes, or we have fun just discussing, a big news article. But we have two pieces of news or topics to discuss this week in Onuma's Nintendo's discussion, and we'll go with the first one. I'm gonna let my bro Calones. He did Splatfest. He wanted to give his impression of Splatfest. So Calones, go ahead, my friend. How was Splatfest? You had a good time?
well, Splatfest. It was actually broken up in 3 different times. One was the Japanese, then the European, and lastly, it was the one for the U.S. For those that, well, actually, this is one of the great things about Nintendo being region free, which is I was able to go to all the 3 eShops and download the Splatfest for all 3 of them, and was able to play them. So that's I'm loving that about the Switch. The Splatfest music was great. Pearl Marina, I do like them. I still have a special place in my heart for Callie and Marie, but like for them, they're gonna be able to carry the brand over so far until whatever happened to Callie, is discovered and we can finally get her back. But I know a lot of teenagers are gonna have their maturity tested with Marina because for some reason they're everybody's head over heels with her, like with Twin Tail. But it's the game, 60 frames, no lag on the gameplay. I had a blast. I was able to try like 4 different weapons, and as big as a fan as I'm of Splatoon, my daughter absolutely worships the game, so she will be the best one to for us to pick her brains and everything. But it's about the game itself. It looks good, plays good. In a way, it's more of the same, but at the same time, they've made enough changes to justify it being a sequel, especially when we're able to play the single player portion of it. But it was a great experience.
Cool. Did you kick some ass? Were you like number one?
Me? Well, okay. I'll put it this way. Yes, yes, for the most part, except when a couple of the Japanese players would like kind of like trickle in and join the other servers for the other regions, and they're pretty good.
Those Japanese motherfuckers, they'll kick your ass. I'm just saying, you have to watch out.
Yeah, they're awesome players. I was able to, I mean, kind of like keep up a little with them, but yeah. Once I get the game, the game does come out on Friday. So this Friday is going to be the release of the game. So I'm going to try to get the game and get the amiibo figures as well, and just play the heck out of it.
Cool. Sounds like you're having a great time with the game. I mean, the game releases when this Friday, right?
Yes. Yeah, a couple of changes when it comes to like how the stages are changed. Usually, I mean, normally it'll be like every 4 hours. So they now made it every 2 hours. So stage rotation is going to be every 2 hours now. And yeah, I mean, just basically waiting until we're able to see all the new gear, weapons, and items available. So for the Splatfest, you couldn't level up, and you couldn't earn like any shells or coins or anything like that. So you couldn't purchase anything yet. But just waiting for to be able to get those things finally on Friday.
Okay. Also, are you gonna try the Nintendo app? Because I think it launches the same week, right? The new Nintendo online app.
Yes, it's supposed to be launching on the same day. I mean, aside from a couple of details, especially on Nintendo's Twitter account that they've released, but still we don't really know a whole lot about the app. So looking forward to it as well. It's supposed to be. I mean, it's not the full app releasing. It's not going to be until next year, but at least with the game you'll have the app, and so you can do the voice chat and all of that. I know it's the way that they presented it. It might be a little convoluted for you to be able to do chats with other people, but we'll see firsthand how it works out. Hopefully this Friday the app will be available as well.
So let's do this, Calones. I think for next week's show, right? Be a perfect time to give the Get In and Get Out Nintendo podcast Splatoon 2 review. And maybe you can invite your daughter, and you guys both in this podcast can review the game, see the explanation. That could be the topic of the show for next week, where you discuss Splatoon. It's a big launch day. I don't know shit about Splatoon, honestly. My son might play it, so but I don't know shit. So you guys, I think, will be great. You as a father and daughter combination, talk about the game, and also give your impressions on how the voice chat works. I mean, that would be interesting to see. So,
well, I mean, she's already recording certain videos and stuff for her Toys and War Club channel. So she's putting some gameplay and talking about the storyline and what she believes is happening behind the scenes with Callie Marie and you being Agent 4. So the new agent, tasked with solving whatever it is that's happening. But yeah, she's going to be including those videos as well, and yes, we'll go ahead and get her on board, so we can get the perspective of an 11-year-old on the game.
So you heard it right here at the Forcing Unison Gaming channel. Next week, Caleone and his daughter are gonna review Splatoon 2. So look forward to that next week. Let's move to our next topic, and it's the one that I've been playing a lot, which is Zelda Breath of the Wild DLC pack number 1.
Okay. Well, my question for this becomes, do you take back everything you said on the other podcast about the DLC?
Okay, let me give you what is included, and we'll go from there. No, that's fine. That's a good question. So, DLC pack, remember, it includes the Trial of the Sword, which is basically 45 rooms. You beat those 45 rooms. You don't have to beat them straight. There's like 12 for beginners and 15 for the middle of the trial, and then the remaining rooms on the expert, or the end of the trials. And then if you beat the game, you get a power-up Master Sword, which is awesome. It's basically the Master Sword is always lit up. It increases the attack to 60, and then it lasts way fucking long. So it's like I barely use any other weapon anymore. Like if my Master Sword breaks, I use one weapon, and then in 10 minutes, I got it back, and then I keep using the Master Sword. So I barely use any weapons. So in a sense, Nintendo should have made it unbreakable, because it kind of breaks the game anyway, because I'm barely using any other weapon now. The other big piece, of course, is the master mode, which is basically making the game harder. And basically, all monsters will get leveled up by one. So if it's a red bokoblin, it will move to a blue bokoblin, all the way to gold bokoblin. The same for Lynels, which gold Lynels are really fun to fight. Still, it's the same, but it just has higher HP, and with one hit can take a lot of hearts. Let me tell you that right now. But and then the other piece is, of course, all the armor that came, the Korok mask, the Majora's mask, the Phantom suit, the Tinkle suit, the travel medallion, and the hero path, which tells you where everything is. So again, I just wanted to give us a big summary of all the DLC pack. Is it worth it? It depends, I think, of the gamer, right? For me, I said it in this podcast, the Master Sword is my favorite weapon in gaming of all time. I love that sword. Every time Link picks up the Master Sword, I'm like, shit is gonna get real in the Zelda game, right? So what it felt, it was that when you pick the Master Sword in this game, when it came out, it wasn't the best weapon at all. It was like, why wouldn't you even use it? The only time you would use that sword would be in Ganon's castle. That's where the sword would lit up, and you had a lot of fun. That's why Ganon's castle was my favorite segment in the game, honestly. Because you had the sword, you could kick ass, killing everybody. It was fun. So, but now having the Master Sword lit up, it becomes the best weapon in the game. It becomes the best weapon. And then if you do this trial in Master Mode, which, to clarify, Calones, that's why I challenge you on that one, because I know you're going to have a lot of fun, and you're also going to probably curse a lot, is that you have the trial of the sword is way harder on Master Mode, right? There's one room 10. Room 10 will make you pull your hair out. I'm just telling you right now. I'm not gonna tell you the surprise. You'll know when you get there. But if you make it, if you get the Master Sword, that's where it becomes really good to use it in Master Mode, because it's a harder game, and now the enemies take more hits, and the sword doesn't break every 5 hits. Now the sword really lasts. So now, I don't know. For me, the game became fun. Did not become harder. I admit, if you get the Master Sword in Master Mode, the game will become easier. Yes, it kind of damages the whole purpose of Master Mode. Yes, but admittedly, Master Mode is not that hard. If you play the game the first time and you know enemies' strategies and patterns, it is not that hard. The worst part of Master Mode is at first the plateau area, where you have to survive. That's where you have to survive. Like the first time I play, I tried playing like I normally play, like killing everything I see. And I ran out of weapons because the enemies just take too many hits, because you have shitty ass weapons when you start the game. So I had to restart the game from scratch, completely change my strategy on the plateau. And then I started beating the game. And the game forced me, at least at the start, the game forces you to play differently. That's why it made the game fun. But once you start getting the better gear, the better weapons, it becomes Zelda again. But again, that's where the Master Sword is fun using it in Master Mode. I don't think the Master Sword will be used. Will be fun to use it in normal mode, because it will make the game so fucking easy, like so fucking easy. So again, but the challenge is getting the Master Sword in the trial of the sword in Master Mode, right? Because I didn't do it. I didn't have a single Divine Beast. I only had 13 hearts. Anyway, the Divine Beasts don't come with you. I only have 13 hearts to go into that sword of the trial to try to get the trial of the sword, right? And the good thing is that, admittedly, I did play the trial of the sword in normal first, and then when I play normal, I learned some strategy. I got my ass kicked a little bit in the normal mode, but I was like, okay. But I did beat it in one shot. I was like, okay. When I went to Master Mode, I was like, oh, okay, I need to change the strategies. And that's where the fun comes in. Playing Trial of the Sword in Master Mode, it really becomes really fun. So is it worth it? I know I went to a long spiel there. For me, yes, in the sense that I know it seems like, and they showed the first trailer or footage of the Champions Ballot DLC, right? And supposedly they're going to expand the story. The story takes place after the end of the game. So I look forward to that. I look forward how they rebuild Hyrule, basically, right? And if I get more hours of story mode, then it's worth it. And the Trial of the Sword with the DLC of the story mode, yes, it is worth it. Right now, if the story mode did not exist, then no, it is not. but I know that I'm gonna have something to look forward to in the game. Anyway, I don't have any other questions. That was my long ass impressions on the master mode.
No, well, I mean, even though I haven't played it, but now I surely will, especially since because of the challenge, and you calling me out publicly on this venue, and those two people hearing about it. So,
Hey, two
but
people, I love you guys. Thank you for joining us. Anyway, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's this is something that I want. I don't really necessarily want like a new Zelda game for on the Switch. At least for the next couple of years. They have such an amazing world in Breath of the Wild that I just want them to expand on it. Even if you tell part of the story of what happened before, what happens after, or if like I've said before, if you add multiplayer elements to where you go with three other buddies and just go hunting for different beasts and things like that within the world. But I love this world so much that I just want Nintendo to continue expanding on it, and I'm glad that with these DLC, we're gonna be able to get some of that. So hopefully, after these two DLC packs, we're just gonna get additional stories and you're just explaining more. I would love to see to know what happened 10,000 years before. I want to know what happens with the world after this. So hopefully, we're gonna get to know that by the end of this year. But I want to live in this world a little bit longer. I know that you already beat the game, you already got all the card seeds, you're playing it over again, but it is such an amazing world that it's not easy to leave it and leave it behind. And I hope that we do get to revisit it more so, at least for the next couple of years.
Dude, I'm missing. I platted Horizon Zero Dawn, right? And I was ready. I started to play Stardust Ultra. Great game, to clarify, on PlayStation. And when the whole master mode dropped and the Trial of the Sword dropped, I was back hooked. I'm like, I only got one trophy out of Stardust Ultra, and I stopped playing it. This game is taking away my trophy hunting addiction right now. That's credit to the game that is so good, right? Because Horizon, right? No, to clarify, Horizon, great game. I think it's competing right there with Zelda on Game of the Year. But you know what? Fun-wise, I play Horizon, I platted it, I'm done with it. I don't feel like going back to play it. And this gave me a reason to play again. I'm close to 300 hours in Zelda, dude. I have put up 300 fucking hours. The last time I put so many hours in a game was Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii. So that tells you why this game is fucking awesome. I have to give it credit. I don't know what it has. I don't know what the fuck this game has. It's just fun for me. I know some people may find it boring. Maybe, I don't know. I like it. The other thing is, I think it's kind of like the Trial of the Sword. It's kind of like a carrot. Like, I think, like, you want this prize. Hey, Dantes, you bitching and moaning that the Master Sword sucks? Here it is. You can have your Master Sword back. Just beat Trial of the Sword, motherfucker. That what it was to me. It kind of felt, I don't know, you remember this. Remember when I was trying to get Dante in Beautiful Joe? And it was, you have to beat Beautiful Joe in fucking hard to get Dante, right? And I was like, I want to use Dante, you motherfuckers. I'm going to use Dante. That is the price. And, I endure. Fucking game is hard. You know it. I think I even broke a controller. And I still beat that game to get Dante as a playable character. If you got, for me, gaming is always being about motivation. If I have a big enough prize, and to me the Master Sword, Power Up Master Sword is a big enough prize, then yeah, it was fun. It was fun. So anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, I just want to clarify something. You might be tempted to go back into the world of Horizon because there's supposed to be some sort of DLC coming out before the end of this year. So that's going to be motivation.
Yeah.
Also for the fans of Beautiful Joe, there's some rumors about Wonderful 101 or 102 maybe coming over to the Switch. So if they do, please don't ignore the game. Pick it up. Great game. I know Wii U didn't really have a big install base, so hopefully they'll either give it another chance or it'll be a sequel. But if Platinum Games brings it over, please go get it. Okay. So, but yeah, it's like I said, I mean, hopefully Nintendo's going to continue expanding on Breath of the Wild, expanding on the world, on the engine. I mean, world is one of the biggest worlds ever made in any type of video game, in open world game. So there's so much to discover. And I'm pretty sure, even though you've already collected all the shrines, Korok seeds,
I'm doing it
there's
again. I'm
yeah,
doing it again.
you're
I'm
doing
fucking
yeah.
doing it again. Well, I don't think I'm gonna get all the Korok seats. I'm like up to 500 right now, but I'll do at least all the shrines because I was playing it again, right? And I was doing the shrines, and I didn't remember all the puzzles, so I was trying to do them again, like fresh, like just out of scratch, and it was fun doing some of the puzzles again. And again, maybe that's, if the next Zelda game brings me true dungeons, like in the old school Zelda games with this big world, that would be the perfect Zelda game for me, right? But no, yeah, it is. I don't know. Again, like I said, I'm not about to put 300 hours. Again, it wasn't a thing on Horizon. I love Horizon, to clarify. I platted the game. That's how good it is. The story is way better story than Zelda, pure and simple. There's no way around it. Zelda is not a story-based game. That is the truth. But this game just pulls you back in. Again, maybe when Horizon New DLC will come back, it will pull me back in. Yeah. But it's not like I'm excited. Like I was excited that I was gonna do the Trial of the Sword, and like when I beat the Trial of the Sword normal, I was like, "Fuck! I want to do Master Mode, and I want to get the power up Master Sword as early as possible in the game because I want to use it for all those big ass motherfuckers."
Oh.
Imagine when you're fighting a Moblin, a gold Moblin, or a golden Lionel. You want your suit up Master Sword. Trust me, it is fucking awesome. Anyway, you're gonna say something. Sorry, Calion.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that something that I love that Nintendo did is that you don't really need to use the same save file. Like they keep the save file separately, so you can have your normal and your master modes, completely separate. So
that should have been from the start, though. Like having one save file, that sucks, dude. I hate that. I hate it. They did it in Xenoblade Chronicles too. I was like, fuck. Excuse me, X. Chronicles, yeah, you could do multiple saves. I hate that. But anyway, yeah, it's fine. It's understood. I guess review, to make this a review, kind of, I would give Trial of the Sword and the DLC pack an 8. Like, I think an 8 is fair. I'm having fun with Master Mode. It is, again, it's not hard. Again, if you're decent at gaming, you should be fine. If you enjoy Breath of the Wild and you did most of it and you know their strategies, Oh, the only thing that I do hate about Master Mode is the fucking Guardians, they fire the beam and you can reflect it with your shield. Those fuckers now change their timing. So like when I got it down, I was like an expert, just like boom, flinging that shit back with the shield. And now that in Master Mode, they say they're gonna fire, but they hold the fire. They don't fire, and then they fire. And you're like, fuck, you motherfucker! You keep parrying. I need to time down that, but anyway, I'm sorry. This is something that is fun on Master Mode, But yeah, I give it an 8. Trial of the Sword was fun. It's more fun if you do it in Master Mode, to clarify. I would still recommend that you play it first in normal mode, so you know a little bit of the strategies, because before you go to, you can use your original save file and just do it, just to know where you're getting yourself into, and just imagine what you got yourself into, just double difficulties.
And let me ask you a question. So for the people listening, that they still haven't played or downloaded it. In order to be able to play the Master Trials in hard mode, do you need to start the game all over again and get the 13 hearts before you get to it?
Yes. So if you have your normal mode save, and you have already the Master Sword, you can pull in the Master Sword in its pedestal at any time, and you can do it, right? So you can do that way. But if you're gonna do it in the Master Mode, you have to start from scratch, and you need to get the 13 hearts, pull out the Master Sword out of the pedestal, and then put it back in. If you want to do it at that time, again, it is fun. Do it in the Master Mode. I did it in normal mode. It was like, no, this is fun, but I want to do it in Master Mode, because I did everything in normal mode. I did 100% of the games. I was like, well, okay, I have a power up Master Sword. What I'm gonna do with it? Nothing. But now, I have it. Like I said, I got the power up Master Sword, and then I finally did a Divine Beast. Because again, I wanted to use the Master Sword to the fullest potential, because again, it becomes the best sword in the game now. Still, the Lionel's big hammer, still the most attack power, but using the Master Sword is way more fun, because you can get more hits than the hammer.
Plus you can use the shield as well, so you can have slower range shield.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it's good. 8 out of 10. It's fun. Anyway, Calones, thank you for joining me again today at the Forcing Unison Gaming channel.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, we're back. We're back, baby. And we're back. And I want to say We're back every Tuesday going forward. 10 a.m. Video will go up. You can expect that moving forward. You can expect more content in this channel. I may do a video about comparing Zelda and Horizon, where Calones here will help me moderate that video and stuff like that. And we'll come up with some other stuff. I think we still kind of deciding how we're gonna handle this, how we're gonna build this channel. I think I like doing this podcast. I just think we need to come up with videos around this podcast that can, give some meat to the channel. But again, moving forward, also you will find this podcast at SoundCloud and next week at iTunes. That's a guaranteed. Also, please remember to subscribe, like, and comment so you can make these two crazy motherfuckers happy. Please remember to also give a like at our Facebook page at Force in Unison Gaming. And finally, and Dantes says finally, go and give some love to my bro Calones at chiguerosnews.com. With all that being said, thank you again for joining us. Long live Nintendo, motherfuckers. See you guys. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.